inside of us. And it's wonderful when we have the courage to tell it.
And the truth shall set you free!
Welcome to 8192 The Truth with Brother Sand and the Godfather. Subscribe to the show on iTunes, Google Play, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also follow the show on Twitter at 8192 The Truth and on Facebook at facebook.com/8192 The Truth. Now, here's your host, the Godfather, Joel D. Supernaw.
So, episode 2 of the week of Chael. You know, I should have told you guys a story that had something to do with Chael yesterday. And so today I'm going to start off the show with that. First off, a lot of people ask me, you know, why don't you go to the show? Or why aren't you in his corner? I got to hear that all the time. Well, I'm not, nor have I ever been his corner man, but I have been a corner man. Me and Chael were a corner man together, and I'll get to that in a second. But the fights are no longer fun for me to go to. Back when giving an autograph was cool, it was cool to go to the shows for a lot of reasons. First off, there isn't that much. Back then, nobody was trying to be rich or famous. Pick up a paycheck. You know, it was kind of like, all right, we're a bunch of wrestlers, and of course we can kick everybody's ass, and they're gonna pay my friends to beat up non-wrestlers. This is a good gig. So it was going to these events. They were cool to begin with. You got to imagine, and I'll tell you the story about the first time in Vegas. As cool as Randy was, he still wasn't that cool. And at the time, Chael's nobody. Nobody's going to roll up to Chael and ask him for an autograph. But what has happened over the years, and with Chael getting famous, he hasn't really changed that much, but the people around him do. And it's so frustrating to be a down cat like I am, knowing that this is not fun for him. Going to Fight Week. Fight Week is fun 2 times. When you make weight and you get to eat, and when the fight's over and they hand you a check. Those are the only 2 times that Fight Week is fun for a fighter. It might look like it's cool with people wanting to take your pictures and people making you feel cool. And there was a part of that as it went. But the reality is, I'm a down cat. I'm there for my bro. I'm there to get him whatever he needs, listen to him, not give him any advice. Oh my God, everybody wants to give a fighter advice. The problem is, once something goes inside your head, it's not so easily to take out. I'll tell you, the Tito fight, for instance. We're doing a podcast up before the Tito fight last year, and we finish up the podcast. Ryan Parsons is there, and Ryan Parsons starts out with, you know, I was never a very good wrestler, but okay, if you're a wrestler and you've been a very good wrestler, when somebody starts out with the sentence, I was never a very good wrestler, that's when you tune everything out. But sure shit, and he gets some advice from Ryan Parsons, and I believe it changed his focus. I truly do. So anyway, what a guy should do, and what people should do, is talk about anything else that has nothing to do with the fights. If it's time to spar, or not spar, but get a sweat in, or cut some weight, or do something like that, that's when you talk about it. And then you pick your spots, and you can usually tell if you know when a guy needs a little pick me up and a little confidence. You let him know. You know, I mean, if I was there every single day that I was there, I would let him know that the best Randy was 228 pounds. And this thing might have started out like, like, hey, let's make some money. But the reality is now you're 2 fights away from being a world champion, and you can win both those fights. You are a legitimate heavyweight right now. You weigh 228 pounds. You can beat that guy. Absolutely 100%. 100% you can beat that guy. And those are kind of things I would let him know. I wouldn't go into a great deal of things early in the week. Later in the week, I would probably say some things to tighten it up. But what has happened over the years is we used to go to these things and it would be me and him. Okay. His mom, then Uncle Rudy and his family started coming. And then it just became more and more people, and none of them ever seem to realize that this is the time you leave the guy alone. It's fun for you, and it's fun for me. It's awesome to go to a fight that one of your guys isn't fighting in. You're just rooting for somebody. It's tough to go to a fight when they're fighting. So as the circle around him has gotten bigger, it's so frustrating to me because I see clear as day every single one of them thinks that it's about them and how they have something to do with it. And they should just leave them alone. They should just leave them alone. Anyway, so let's start off with a Chael story on the week of Chael. So, and I've told this story before, and I'll get through it pretty quick, and we'll have some fun today. So the very first UFC event, or it might have been the second one in Vegas, is Randy fights Pedro Hizzo for the second time. And I've got what's called a cool guy pass. Now the guys are training in the back of the dealership, and I'm one of Randy's main training partners. Okay, I'm getting a little bit better, but the reality is I can wrestle some. I'm getting a little bit better. I can give him hard minutes, and I'm big. And that made me a valuable piece. So, we go there, and I get what's called the cool guy pass. I don't give a fook about being in a corner, but I want the cool guy pass. That's the corner pass, because I want to be able to go wherever I want. It's cool. It's a cool guy pass. That's what it is. It's still a cool guy pass. So I never thought about being in anybody's corner. I never thought about being in anybody's corner. I was just going to go in the back, leave the guys alone. It was still real new at the time. Randy had been through a war. Now Matt Lindland is fighting Phil Baroni, and Evan Tanner has come out to the club. He is fighting Homer Moore. Josh Barnett is in the locker. He's fighting Bobby Hoffman. And so we're back there. There's no corner assignments. And the guys are like, all right, who's going to corner who? I think Randy says, well, how about Robert and Nate corner me, Joel and Chael corner Matt, and Evan, who do you want? And he said, I don't care. Just have me some water at the break. And so I believe, and because Evan went out first, I believe Robert and Corey cornered him. So Evan goes out. He gets a submission victory. Matt goes out to face Baroni. And I've told this story before. Matt's just going to kill the guy. All I got to do is call out time. Got a stopwatch in one hand, and I have my cell phone in the other. While Matt's fighting, I'm checking my parlay. I've got a parlay working, and it's looking to be pretty good. I'm checking, minute left. He controls the first round. either at the, it's been a while, either at the end of the first round or the end of the second round, Matt gets dropped, and it just changes, everything to me. It becomes a lot realer. And so Matt ends up winning, and Randy ends up winning, Barnett ends up winning, everybody in the locker room won, and it was pretty cool. So we go to, we don't have that much money. Me and Chael do not have that much money. We're hanging out. It was really cool. It was really cool. Nobody's getting mugged. Nobody's trying to find the fighters or anything. If they see one, they talk to them. Not that big of a deal. I want to say I've got about $100 on, cash on me. I mean, I want to say I've got $100. So me and Chael, before we go up to Randy's after fight party, which is a group of about 15 or 20 people in a mini suite at the MGM Grand Hotel, Chael and I go on what to this day was one of the greatest runs of all time. I believe between the roulette table, the blackjack table, and a game called War, we won about 13 hands in a row. And we took that $100 in the course of about 6 or 7 minutes to $1,300 to $1,500. Won every single hand. Swear, true story. We then go up to Randy's after fight party. Randy is the defending heavyweight champ. He just won again. We go up to his room. There's about 20 people in there. Wish him, congratulate old Randy, tell some stories, hang out. I'm sober as a judge there. Chael doesn't drink. And then we go. Now, Matt won the fight unanimously, Matt Lindland against Phil Baroni, and he beat the shit out of him. Now, Phil had some high points, and he finished the fight strong, and he had the good fighter look, so it got him a run. But truthfully, Matt beat the shit out of him. So we go down later in the night, back down here. Let's go play the War. It's the first time we ever played War. Let's go back down there. And we want to keep the money. The Godfather is not rolling tight. We've got $1,300, so we put, $1,100 away. We go back down there with a couple $100. We go to the War table. We win a couple hands, and we see Phil Baroni. And Phil Baroni it's 2:30 in the morning. Phil Baroni is beat to a pulp. Okay, but he's got a hot chick with him, and he's on the floor of the MGM Grand in a robe, no shirt, and some flip-flops. He walks by the War table as we're leaving, and I want to say, and I'm gonna say it, I'm 70% true. I think Chael flipped him a green chip, which was $100, and said, "That's a good look on you," and we left. So there's a Chael story to start off the week of the Chael. All right, so we were all fired up yesterday, and really kind of indignant about what Khabib did. Now some more information has come out. You let a little time pass. And the reality is that Dylan Dennis kid is such a dick. Okay? I get it. Khabib kept his mouth shut, was mad as hell, wins the fight, has a ton of adrenaline going, jumps up on the top of the cage, sees that stupid Dennis David, whatever the hell that guy's name is, and then does what is truly one of the most gangster things that has ever been done in the world of mixed martial arts. Is he does a flying drop kick to Dylan Dennis. Now, I don't know how that worked, but to me, it was the real life equivalent of Shane O'Mac going coast to coast. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. So it's hopefully what will happen is that the athletic commission will truly look at the fact that in terms of hyping a fight that, maybe Conor did go a little bit too far. Maybe he did. And different cultures deal with things differently. And Dylan Davis or Dylan Dennis or Dennis Davis, whatever the fucking guy's name is, he is such a dick that the true move was the only move that could have been done, and Khabib should be congratulated for the flying drop kick off the top rope. Now, what ensued after that, which was his buddies jumping in the cage and sucker punching and Conor, that wasn't good. Conor got his ass kicked, and he's got to take a hard look at this thing. He only had a couple bright spots. If we're really breaking this thing down, he only had a couple bright spots. Whereas in the Diaz fight, he dominated Diaz, almost stopped him, ran out of gas, and got tapped out. So he obviously wanted a rematch after that. Man, other than the money, what is the play for Conor? Because it's not. If we're being realistic, I think best case scenario, Khabib's back in 6 months. A more conservative and practical answer is he's probably looking at a year. So what's going to happen? Well, you've got to do something with the belt. Do you strip the belt from him? I don't know. Did he do something so wrong that you can't forgive him? I don't think so. I think you make a case for go ahead and run in Tony Ferguson versus either the winner. Tony Ferguson versus the winner of Poirier Diaz. Now, here's the thing. That should not be Nate Diaz. So now you set up because, buddy, I'm telling you, if you run Conor into that buzzsaw that is Tony Ferguson, now you just messed up that Khabib fight. Even though you could always do the Khabib fight, you could always do the Holly Holm versus Ronda fight. All right, so I'm at the Stafford Hills Club right now, and my buddy Ken just sent me a picture of a gal. She looks pretty hot, wearing an 8192 shirt in the gym right now. So I happen to have an 8192 sweatshirt on as we speak. I'm gonna go figure out who that is real quick. All right, where are we? All right, so Poirier versus Ferguson. Man, I just don't think anybody can beat Big Ferg at 55 or 70. I think he's taken this thing to a next level, to the mental side of this thing, the conditioning side of this thing. I think he's taken it to the next level. I think he makes that pace Colby Covington does look like third gear. So I couldn't imagine, even though I like Dustin, I think he's a great fighter, I couldn't imagine him beating Khabib. So then you set up a fight. Well, no, then you set up Diaz and Conor, and that is a fight that Conor can win. So then Tony gets shafted again, because if you run Ferguson out there against Khabib, there's a good chance he's going to beat him. In my opinion, nobody beats the Ferg. Nobody beats the Big Ferg. So you have some big problems there trying to run him out there. But I think that's the scenario that makes more sense. I hope he only gets 6 months. I really do. Because 6 months, you don't even have to take away his title. You could run that fight right back. run the winner of Poirier Diaz at Big Ferg, and then you clear up what's there. I couldn't imagine Khabib losing to Conor. There's just too much of a gap there. I was rooting for him. I was still fresh yesterday. I thought there was some high spots. I kind of back up a little bit and look at it, and I'm like, yeah, I could see how he caught the. Well, he was plus 145 underdog this time. I think he'll be plus 2.5 if they ever fight again. So I am going to go to break, and I'm going to go find out who the hottie is wearing an 8192 shirt. I'll be back for part 2, episode 2 of the Week of
Guys, you have heard me talk about them before, and I'm going to keep talking about them again. Project Build Your Life Daily. It is our newest show sponsor, and their products are phenomenal. I am currently taking the Test Booster, the Fat Burner, as well as their pre-workout. And guys, I'm telling you, it is all natural, it is all clean, and it works. I get clean, clear, sustained energy in my workout without the crash at the end. It tapers off very nicely. I typically work out in the evening, so I'm taking the pre-workout at 6 o'clock, and come 8:30, 9 o'clock, I have no issues sleeping. These products are fantastic, the ingredients are clean, and the company's mission could not be more in line with our show. Project Build Your Life Daily. Like the Godfather and I always say, you're either one day in or one day out. Get yourself in with Project Build Your Life Daily. They are offering listeners of our show 25% off. That's huge. That's 25% off your total order with the code THETRUTH at checkout. So go in, buy some protein, buy some Test Booster, whatever it is that you need to help get you to the next phase of your health and well-being. Throw it in the shopping cart, go to checkout, use the code THETRUTH. 25% off your total order. Anything that they sell, supplements, protein, workout gear, t-shirts, whatever it is, 25% off, guys. You cannot beat that. And I'll tell you what, just a little thing from me to you, that Test Booster, all natural, but boy, oh boy, is there a little extra lead in my pencil. I'm telling you what, guys, Project Build Your Life Daily. Check out their website. Check out their page on Instagram. It's Project BYLD. Again, use the code THETRUTH at checkout. Save yourself 25% off. Who's better than that? Boom.
All right, so I go down to the way the gym works is where I'm at right now is I'm in the second building. There's 2 buildings at the Stafford Hills Club. I'm upstairs. I get a great not soundproof, but a really nice office that I like to do these pods in. The gym where the gal wearing the 819, her name happens to be Georgia, is it's about 200 yards from here. So I go over, and I've got an 8192 shirt on. And I'm thinking, as soon as she has an 8192 shirt on. I think as soon as she sees me in an 8192 shirt, she's going to think, oh my God, that's the Godfather, blah, 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 blah. Nothing. She looks at me like she just nods her head. And I'm like, hi, I'm Joel. And she's like, hi, I'm Georgia. And just deadpanned it. So I've never, man, I don't know. I figured that would, anyway, that turned out to just be a bomb. So, wow, that was embarrassing. I mean, I think today's my day. Man, she's hot too. I don't know how old she is. Black hair. I got to get it out of my head because she just shined me bigger than shit. All right, listen. So you guys know the Cubs lost, and me and Ladd are huge Cub fans. But I do have to say something about the Cubs, and it really does need to be said. Is I talk about these guys playing 162 baseball games a year. Well, it turned out the Cubs ended up playing 42 out of 43 days in a row. And man, it was a shame that we. All right, listen. I've got to go find out who the hell that chick is. I'm just gonna go big and strong and see if I can get her to come up here and podcast with me. There's got to be a bigger story. Cubs, whatever. Let's go find out who the hot chick is and see if I can get her to come on the podcast. See if that'll make me cool. Okay, guys, I would like to introduce you to Miss Georgia Jackson, and this is pretty interesting. She has no idea what 8192 means. I did convince her to come up here, even though she thinks I'm probably a crazy man, to do a podcast. So what we're doing right here, Miss Georgia, is a podcast.
Okay, I'm confused. Are you just speaking into the phone, just like a normal conversation? Is that what we're doing?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So what we're doing is we're recording this.
Do you have a camera?
No. It's a podcast is audio only.
Okay.
You've never heard of podcasts?
Oh gosh, never. I'm so sorry. No.
Well, here, give me your phone.
Oh, I don't have a phone actually.
Okay. All right, that's cool. All right.
I'm really being
okay. So the biggest question I have now, and I just got her to come in here. All right. So what this is it's a podcast. It's like an online radio show. We record it here. I email it to a buddy of mine, and he posts it on iTunes. I'm sure you've heard of iTunes before.
Yeah. I've heard of iTunes. I think I'm not really familiar with it, but I know it exists.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Right. Oh my gosh,
I'm
so embarrassed. I don't feel like I know anything.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. So, where did you get the shirt? Guys, here, let me set the tone. So, she's got an 8192 shirt on,
So
and it's
wild.
one of the old ones. Kevin changed the slogan to Man Up, Stand Strong from Man Up and Kick Ass, because Kick Ass was a little bit over the top, we thought. But you have an original shirt on. Where did you get that shirt?
Okay, first I want to say I'm really sorry if I was rude to you downstairs. I didn't mean to snap you off. I feel really bad because I know you said hi and that you had the same shirt, and then I feel bad. So really sorry about that, if that means anything. Otherwise, so this shirt actually is a funny story. I was at an EDM concert actually last summer, in fact, with my daughter out in California, who she actually lives there. We were at a concert and I saw some guy actually wearing this exact shirt. And I loved the slogan on the back. I just thought it was like the coolest. I thought it was just amazing. So went up to him and no shit, no kidding. I asked him where I could find the shirt. And he literally took it off his body and handed it to me and told me it was mine because I inquired about it. And that's all I know.
And I get that. I get that, Miss Georgia. I tell you, I would. Miss Georgia's we're a little bit old school here. Miss Georgia looks like the kind of gal you would take the shirt off your back and give to if she asked.
Oh, stop. Oh my gosh, and I'm working out.
Okay. All right, so
that's nice.
Speaking of which, so you've never been here before?
No, actually I haven't. A girlfriend of mine, actually, she works out here. I'm sure you probably even know who she is. But anyway, she gave me a 3-day pass here for me to just come try it out. I normally just kind of stick to the downtown area. I actually do yoga. I run a studio that's in the southwest portion of
cool.
Portland. Yeah.
I don't know much about yoga. I know they do it here. I've done it. I did it. I spent a little time in a federal prison, Miss Georgia. And
I hope you're joking, but
no. It's true.
Yet?
It's true. No,
Okay.
You'll be okay. We just robbed some banks.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I did some yoga there. I've always liked yoga. So I'm I probably sound like a high school kid. The Godfather's a little off his game here. All right, Miss Georgia, before we start asking too many questions, are you married? Are you single? What's the I don't see a ring on.
Okay, so I still got to go back to the Godfather as you refer to yourself in the third person. Are you the Godfather? Okay, maybe you should have introduced yourself that way. Okay, I'm thrown.
Okay,
right,
yeah. I'm glad you caught that. I didn't even.
Sorry,
I snuck. That's cool that you called me on that.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay.
that's
so,
fucking
Mr.
funny.
Godfather, let me tell you. Actually, as of right now, I am single.
Okay. All right. There's hope for all of us.
I don't know about that.
All right.
Yeah. Don't know.
Okay.
I enjoy being single.
So what we do here on this podcast is we basically talk about nothing.
Who wants to hear about talking about that? You know what? That's like a Seinfeld episode.
Exactly.
Like the show he wants to air about nothing, and it took off.
This is.
Are you running with that? Is that
it's what everybody does.
Okay.
It's actually
it's just about nothing.
It's actually what everybody does.
People want to hear about nothing.
Yeah, there's about 100,000 people that listen
Stop
to this.
it.
Yeah, they download
You mean
it.
why we're talking on this phone right
No,
now?
not now. No, so what happens is this isn't live. I don't have a studio inside my phone.
Oh, thank God, because I don't want to be like live or anything.
No, we're not live.
Oh, good.
And if you don't want me to play this or use this,
you mean like you want to use this and like put it on the air with all your followers? I'm just trying to figure out all this.
That's okay. So
okay,
what we're
so
this
sorry.
is that's okay. So what this is I'm creating. Just picture a radio show.
Okay.
All right. So now I've already shot the start of the radio show.
Okay.
This is we are now continuing the radio show, and then when it's all done, I send the files over to my buddy Kyle,
Okay.
the executive
Sure.
producer. He merges it all into one, and you can get it on iTunes and listen to it. It's usually
So is
30
iTunes
minutes.
something I would go home on my computer and then just download?
You could do that.
Okay. And then I could hear what we're talking about.
100%.
Okay. I think I understand.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, you're fascinating. All right. So, Miss Georgia, single, working out at the club, yoga instructor, rolling 8192. Now, do people come up to you all the time? I'm not trying to say, but do people come up to you all the time and be like, "That's a cool shirt"?
So check it out. When I wear the shirt, absolutely 100% I say at least, I'm going to say at least 2, maybe 3 girls will come up and ask me where I got it because they love. And by the way, can we read what it says on the back?
Sure. Let's see if
you know.
Let's see if I remember it.
Because this is just my whole point and why the shirt is so amazing.
Man up, kick ass. Don't be a pulley. Don't tolerate bullies. Put your phone down, pick your kid up, and buy your old lady flowers.
See?
Let me see if I got it all.
Truth. I think
see if I got it all.
I think that's what it is.
Man up, kick ass. Don't be a bully. Don't tolerate bullies. Put your phone down, pick your kid up,
Yes.
and buy your old lady flowers. So
See,
does
you
that
got it
offend
right.
you?
I think that's a tattoo worthy. Like I really do. I think that's the most amazing stuff, and that's what caught my eye. So I don't know, like I said, about the 8192. I really have no idea, and I'm glad that I finally met somebody. It almost makes me feel like this is a sign. Like this shirt was meant to be. And now here I am talking to you about it, who's telling me all about it. So I don't know. This just
Well,
blows
and
my mind.
by the way, the smallest shirt we have is an extra large, and you are a small gal, so you've got that thing tied up and crimped up,
Well,
and
I have
it
to,
looks.
otherwise it'll drag.
It looks. You. I tell you, young lady, you are making 8192 proud.
That's so nice to hear. Maybe I should be getting paid for it.
Yeah, maybe we all should.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
All right.
if I could
Okay.
sports-
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
So a lot of women like the shirt. I hear the people, they like
Oh,
the slogan.
every
Does it offend you that it says buy your old lady flowers?
Hell no. I think this term old lady is so old fashioned and goes back that to me, I'm Southern. You have to understand, see, when I say Southern, it comes out. I've worked really hard to get rid of this accent, so hard. So anyway, when it comes out, yeah. So Yeah, I have old-fashioned values.
All right, cool. We so 8192. Let me go real quick. What 8192 means? It doesn't really mean anything. What 8192 means is it's the years between 81 and 92. That's when I was young. That's when time was a little bit different. There was no cell phone. Well, you don't have a cell phone now.
Yeah, I'm still living back then, I guess.
Yeah, which is good because it's kind of old-fashioned how people acted and treated people, and it started out as it started out on my other buddy's podcast as what we would do between 81 and 92 as opposed to what we would do now. Kind of like a...
What's that even mean? Can you just like dumb it down for me a little bit? Sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, here, let me get as real as possible.
Now, people aren't hearing this right now, right? Like,
no, but
I don't want to be rude or anything. I just want to make sure, like, no one's listening. Because if I'm being rude, I'm not trying to be.
No, you're being great.
Just really, like.
You are being great.
Okay.
And no, nobody's listening to it now.
Okay.
But if it's okay with you, I would like to use it as a part of this show.
Yeah, but for what for? Like, I mean, what do you even want to do? I mean, like, I'm sorry, but, like, what's your point? I guess I'm confused because you talk about sports, right? Okay. And isn't that what...
This is the most fascinating thing that's happened to this show thus far. You wearing that shirt. So...
Oh, okay. So this is that big of a deal. I guess I didn't realize. Yeah. All right.
Oh my God, you're great. Good. Okay, so all right, let me dumb it down for you. All right, so me and my buddy Chael, he's a UFC fighter. He's a cage fighter.
Wait a minute. What's his name?
Chael.
Chael?
Yeah.
What kind of name is that?
It's
sorry, that was rude.
It's actually the last 5 letters of, and this week he's got a big fight coming up Saturday, so this is the week of Chael. But anyway, it's the last 5 letters in Michael. His parents.
Oh my God, how ridiculous. Why don't we just call him Michael? Sorry, but I mean,
all right.
Chael.
So anyway, Chael's a famous cage fighter.
Okay, famous as in like has a lot of followers, like, right?
Yeah, okay. Something like that. Okay. You're awesome, by the way. So I used to be on a podcast with him. He called me one time, a buddy of mine, Reese, who I believe gave you that shirt. I'm going to have to ask him because not too many people had it. Reese was in a business transaction with somebody that he felt had done him wrong. So he told me this story, and I said, let's go see him.
Okay.
And Reese thought that meant, let's go beat him up. And it didn't mean let's go beat him up, but it meant, let's go handle our business. Let's go knock on his door. Let's say, get face to face. He thought I was crazy. Chael called me a few minutes later. I was telling him the story, and I told him we should go see this guy like it was 8192. Chael stopped me and said, that was cool. What did you say? And I said, 8192, like between the years of 81 to 92.
Okay.
So that...
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now I know...
Okay.
All right, so now I know how a lot of people might... All right, I'm a little embarrassed, but that is the start of 8192.
Okay.
Does that make any sense at all?
Not at all. But I totally thank you for that somewhat shitty explanation that I don't understand. But anyway, no, I'm joking. I kind of get it. I think the shirt's rad. I don't so much care for the front like I do the back of it. But I'm glad it has meaning to you. And I do, like I said before, I feel like this is such like craziness that I would have this shirt on and that you would find me wearing the same shirt. And like, I'm so sorry again for being just such a bitch earlier.
You're not. You weren't. You're not.
Okay. I didn't know like it would lead to like all this, you know. I mean, I would have been nicer if I'd known like, you know, I was going to be on the computer or something, you know. Like I totally thought this would.
All right. I'm so blown away. All right. So what we do here is we hold on a second. I've got to take a break because I have no way to either finish this show or wrap it up. I'm going to push stop and then we'll go again. Okay? That's what I'm doing here.
Okay.
All right.
How long is this gonna take, though?
Just a few more minutes.
All right.
You've really thrown me for a loop here.
Okay.
All
I
right.
don't have much more time.
All right. Hold on.
All right.
I just want to compose myself because
And this
I've no.
isn't recording, right? Like,
This is recording. It's just not live.
Well, what's the difference?
Well, I'm recording this so I can then use it as it would appear to be live to everybody else
like
that
a
listens.
Download is what you're
Exactly.
saying.
There you go.
Okay,
There you go. All right, guys. All right, I'll be right back with Miss Georgia.
You're laughing at.
I am not laughing at you.
Okay,
Oh my God.
I kind of, yeah.
All right, we are back with Miss Georgia. I do believe I've explained the things to her enough, and I'm going to end the show here pretty quick. So, one of the things that happened from this weekend of fighting, and it's God, there's so much there for you. For you people that have been around the sport as long as I have, you'll understand this a little bit. For you newbies, you won't. I've started taking a harder tone at things because I don't care. Anyway, so one of the things that was posted online today, and there's so much there, is a fight broke out after Jesse Dummy Howland, he's the dork that used to come in the back of the dealership 15 years ago with a camera, and 15 years later of being a MMA reporter, he is no less dorky than he was 15 years ago. So anyway, he posts something on MMA Mania about a guy from Ireland getting knocked out, some clown from Ireland getting knocked out after the fight, a street fight. All right, listen, there's only a few kind of people in this world. There's people that actually know how to fight. There's people that start fights. There's people, when they start fights, they'll either push or they'll punch. All right? So, oh God, there was so much to this video. So,
Hey, I'm so sorry. I gotta go.
okay.
That's
perfect. So, do you have a number an email I can give you to?
For what? Like, what? You want to do this again or something?
No, just to send this to you, or
I don't think so. But if you want, I'll take down your information. I'm sorry. Am I interrupting you?
You're too cool.
I'm just so sorry. I have to go, and I know you're talking about something important, I'm sure, but I'm just
okay.
Anyway, give me your information, and
all right.
I will totally look you up.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
See, why are you saying you'll be right back? I feel like this is live or something.
It is. Here, let me just give you this right now. Here's my email.
Okay.
Here is my phone number, of which you'll never call in your life. But it is okay if I use this for my show.
Well, I get it, but why would you even want to? I mean, we're not even talking about sports at all. I thought that's what you said you did.
That's it. Can I use this or not?
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
All right.
If you have to.
All right. So, anyway, there's my information.
Seriously, such a trip to meet you in the 8192 t-shirt, which now I've had explained the front, which I still don't care about, but I do love the back. And again, you guys, it's tattoo worthy. And I say you guys because I know you have some kind of camera set up around here somewhere. So anyway, thanks again. I'm appreciative.
All right.
You sought me out. It's a sign.
Okay.
Goodbye now.
Okay, so, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. I'm just gonna wear this shit. like a. Oh my God, I won't even listen to this. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys, that is a good looking woman. I think karma got me here. I think I tried to big time Miss Georgia. Oh God. And it's on live. Or not live, but all right. Anyway, let me finish. I'm just gonna wear this shit. let me finish up the show. I can't actually. I forgot what I was talking about. Something about some fight, guys. Or I'm embarrassed. But all right. I'm at a loss for words. She literally just punched me in the face as she left the room. She said she would take my information. Like right now, like you guys heard that. You guys are literally laughing at me right now. She just did that. All right. So anyway, I will tell you the story about the fights or whatever. All right. Well, that did not work out the way I thought it was going to work out. It really didn't. So, all right, guys, we'll be on tomorrow on the week of Chael. That should have been Michael. Peace.
You've been listening to 8192 The Truth with The Godfather. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcast and follow the show on Facebook at facebook.com/8192 The Truth.